There are close to 60 million Americans that live in rural America. It's amazing how difficult and challenging it is for people who live in rural America to receive healthcare services in facilities that are really up to date and state of the art.
For a lot of particularly smaller communities that have maybe a lack of sophisticated construction resources available to them, these medical office buildings are incredibly challenging.
If you are in a community and you don't have some of these facilities, and you have to go get treatment every day, driving 3 or 4 hours, I mean, it just destroys your life.
They actually have almost a 3 to 5 times greater chance of dying from preventable illnesses because of the lack of facilities and the lack of services.
Our mission in the context of serving the industry is to really transform construction. We believe that what we're doing isn't just providing meaningful construction solutions, we're providing meaningful community solutions.
ModLogic is a very unique off-site modular fabricator.
We don't build our buildings on an assembly line.
We actually build them as a whole structure, even multi-story, in a controlled environment that ensures that whenever we take that built-together unit apart, ship it, it'll 100% fit on site.
For a lot of this country, as they envision replacement facilities or additions to campuses, this ability to leverage complex and sophisticated and efficient construction methodologies in order to plan your next facility, I think this Athens campus is showing that we're capable of delivering great facilities anywhere in the country.
The way we look at a client, it's not like we're selling them something. We're actually partnering with them, and we're helping them solve a problem.
After we met with them and saw that they have been doing this for 40 years in some form or fashion, this was not some newfangled thing that they hadn't figured out all the quirks and the nuances, that they knew what they were doing. It really became natural. They were such incredibly good partner and willing and open to new ideas and to do what I call the what ifs. What if we do this? What if we do that? That it was probably the best decision we ever made.
This Athens project was unique because it's a freestanding ER in a brand new market.
This site in particular had lots of challenges. There was a lot of importing of soil. It's along the Hocking River, so a lot of environmental issues in here.
We had to really study the floodplains and stuff, and the building's actually 4 feet higher than the road.
We probably could not accomplish everything that the hospital wanted to accomplish here if we did not use some type of delivery method that didn't require us to have large laydown areas and big staging areas and hundreds of people working on the site. It just wasn't capable of accommodating that.
We started off with a 20,000, 19,000 square foot project, and we ended up with a 100,000 square foot project with a bridge and a garage. That's the beauty of this kind of construction, is you can kind of change it on the fly.
From the moment that we first ordered steel, we just set the last portion of the building on site. So in less than a year, we manufactured, transported, and installed 100,000 square feet.
What surprised me the most about Athens Medical Campus was how it felt. What I mean by that is we made multiple trips to New Holland, walked through the facility in all phases, and one of our final trips out there, they were really beginning to disassemble. So we got to see it in its final really built phase out in New Holland.
You've got one group working in Athens, Ohio, you've got another group that's working in Pennsylvania, and it all has to fit together at the end. The logistics of just taking a building apart in one state and moving it 6.5 hours, putting it back together, the logistics involved in that are unbelievable.
To go into the building and to see it completely built in New Holland, and then after it was shipped to Athens, and it was put together, and I walked in and it said, this looks exactly like it did in New Holland, Pennsylvania. The only difference is that I look out the window, I see the hills of Athens, Ohio. Was really a special moment for me.
The level of excitement that we saw in Athens as the building's arriving and it's happening so quickly, it created a whole different set of momentum for the health system and for what we're about to achieve.
There's a lot of pride in that community right now for this campus. They're excited to have us there. They're excited to have not only just the healthcare, but the job creation and the world-class healthcare we're going to bring to them.
What the Athens campus means to the industry at whole is a fundamental shift and ability to provide state-of-the-art quality environments to people all over the country.
A project of this size, delivering the product we are, it's going to change the way people plan and construct projects in the future with this modular fashion.
It's so well documented where every pipe, every wire, every conduit is, because the whole building was built in such a digital design manner and at such precision that I think as an operator of a building now for the next 30 years, my entire maintenance and facilities team feels like we have a better understanding of this building than we've ever had anything we built traditionally, because we know exactly where everything is, and it was engineered with such precision because it all had to be reassembled, once it was moved to Ohio. And so that precision and that awareness, I think, is going to make for a much better building 30 and 40 years from now, even though it came together very quickly here on the front end.
We saved this system about 18 months of time to be able to bring services to this community.
After this experience that we've had thus far on the Athens Medical Campus, I would love to do the next several projects we have with off-site modular construction.
As we think of a replacement hospital elsewhere in our region and we begin to think of the next iterations for change for our health system, we're already believing that this is the way we'll develop buildings into the future. And so that learning through this has really taught us that I think that the next wave of healthcare construction will be done off-site and modular.